Have you ever wondered what would happen if an alien scarab chose an ordinary young man to become the most powerful hero in his city? Family betrayals, out-of-control technology, epic battles, and a family that never gives up. This is the story of how a newly graduated boy becomes something much greater than he ever imagined. So today we're going to watch the movie called Blue Beetle. In a remote frozen area, the warrior Ignacio and the chief scientist, Jose, lead a private expedition excavating a massive spherical object. When the owner of Cord Industries, Victoria Cord, arrives, she's very pleased to see that the legendary Scarab is inside the sphere. Meanwhile, in Palmera City, Jaime Reyes has just graduated from Gotham City University and returns to his hometown to reunite with his family, his father Alberto, his mother Rocio, his grandmother Nana, his uncle Rudy, and his sister Milagros. After a warm welcome, they take Jaime to lunch and give him bad news. Since Cord Industries is slowly taking over the city, the family has lost their mechanic shop, and the rent is so high that they will soon lose the house too. To make things worse, all the stress caused Alberto to have a heart attack. Jaime promises to get a good job with his degree to help his family, but as time passes, no one hires him, despite his credentials. Eventually, Milagros gets him a job at the same place where she works, Victoria's mansion. Jaime isn't happy to be a janitor, but it's all he has for now. On his first day, Jaime tries to greet Victoria to make a good impression, but she ignores him. Victoria enters the mansion and finds her niece Jennifer there, clearly upset. As soon as she sees her aunt, she turns on the TV to play a video of the company's latest product, known as the One-Man Army Corps, or simply OMAC. By creating a neural link with a fortified exoskeleton, the OMACs will allow users to access and operate a vast arsenal and destructive powers, which could forever change the course of military warfare. Jennifer is furious because the company was supposed to help people, not make weapons, but Victoria reminds her those were her father's wishes. After his disappearance, the company was left in Victoria's hands, and now she can do as she pleases. As Jennifer refuses to give up her cause, Ignacio tries to stop her. Jaime witnesses this, steps in to defend Jennifer, and causes Victoria to fire both him and Milagros on the spot. Jennifer feels bad about what happened and gives Jaime her number, telling him to contact her later so she can help him find a new job. That night, Jaime is too nervous to text Jennifer, but his father encourages him and reminds him to never give up. Jaime ends up sending the message and a meeting is arranged. The next day, while Jaime waits in the company's lobby, Jennifer sneaks into the labs intending to sabotage them. She is shocked to discover they found the Scarab and quickly steals it, hiding it inside a hamburger box to avoid suspicion. After she leaves, Jose returns to his desk and realizes the Scarab is gone, so he orders a complete lockdown of the facility. As she tries to leave, Jennifer runs into a desperate Jaime just before the alarm goes off. Terrified of being caught, she entrusts the box to him and tells him his new job is to protect it, but he must never open it under any circumstance. Jaime runs out of the building and then Jennifer walks alongside the guards to pretend she's helping look for the thief. Later at home, Jaime feels restless and pressured by his family until the box opens. They're not too impressed by the Scarab and start playing with it. But when Jaime picks it up, it starts glowing over his hand. Suddenly, the Scarab deploys legs and jumps straight onto Jaime's face, refusing to be removed and electrocuting anyone who tries. This strange power also destroys the power box. After a lot of struggling, the Scarab slides under Jaime's clothes and starts transforming, revealing insect legs that launch him to the ceiling and create an exo-armor around his body that at first is terrifying but ends up looking awesome. Before they can fully understand what's happening, the suit's artificial intelligence activates, though only Jaime can hear it. The AI wants to run a programming test, so it blasts through the roof with Jaime and launches him straight into space, something he still can't believe. Then the suit flies back down and carries Jaime through the city by deploying a pair of wings. When he comes face to face with a bus, the suit creates a special shield that splits the vehicle in two without leaving Jaime with a single scratch. After lots of flying, the Scarab brings Jaime back home, where the suit retracts and Jaime collapses. Later that night, Jaime wakes up and discovers the Scarab has embedded itself in his back. While he panics, his family considers calling the police, but Rudy advises against it, noting they'll see Jaime as the thief. Then Jaime goes to find Jennifer to demand answers, only to find her being chased by armed forces outside the Cord building. Jennifer jumps into his car as they're being shot at, so Jaime drives away at full speed and takes her to his house, where she offers an explanation. The Scarab is an artifact of unknown origin that can be used as a weapon of mass destruction, which is why her aunt wants to use it to power her OMAC project. It seems the Scarab has chosen Jaime as its host, and she doesn't know why, but she believes they can get answers by accessing a key inside Cord Tower. Uncle Rudy drives Jaime and Jennifer to the tower and uses a jamming device to scramble the security cameras. While the guards are distracted, the pair sneaks in and steals the key, which turns out to be a modified watch that belonged to Jennifer's father. They then try to leave the building but are stopped by Ignacio, so the Scarab immediately enters combat mode to fight him. In response, Ignacio uses his incomplete OMAC to fight back, and a battle breaks out in which the AI reveals the suit's vast array of weapons. As Ignacio doesn't hesitate to cause explosions and hurl cars, Jaime's AI becomes increasingly aggressive with its weapon development. Just as it's about to kill Ignacio, Jaime stops it, saying he won't take any life. Suddenly, Rudy and Jennifer show up in the van, and Ignacio shoots at the vehicle, prompting Jaime to rush over to check if they're okay. This distraction gives Ignacio the chance to counterattack and overpower Jaime, but before he can kill him, Rudy hits him with the jamming device and the trio manages to escape. In the morning, they arrive at Jennifer's old mansion, where she accesses a secret lair using the watch. It's revealed that her father used to be the city's superhero known as Blue Beetle, and used his family fortune to create many gadgets and technology to fight crime. The Scarab chose Jaime the same way it chose the original Blue Beetle years ago, and that hero became her father's mentor. Unfortunately, the Scarab never chose Jennifer's father, but he spent his life studying it and took on the name Blue Beetle by his own merit until he disappeared. While Rudy looks for a solution to Jaime's dilemma using the old computer, Jaime goes to the bathroom and notices a wound glowing blue, meaning the Scarab is slowly fusing with his body, altering his physiology from within, though at least the wound heals quickly. Then, Jaime does his best to comfort Jennifer, who feels sad and alone after returning to her father's house. The pair are about to kiss, but they're interrupted by Rudy, who announces he has new information. The Scarab will never be able to separate from Jaime's body while he's alive, as it has formed a neural bond and will protect its host at all costs. Jaime isn't happy with this news and feels like he's been shoved into an awful situation, but Rudy comforts him by suggesting that he was chosen by the Scarab for a reason they still haven't understood. Meanwhile, Victoria learns about Jaime having the Scarab and sends her private militia to the Reyes household to capture him. At that moment, Jaime, Jennifer, and Rudy notice Victoria's helicopter moving toward Jaime's house, so he tries to use the suit's powers to no avail. Remembering that the Scarab will always protect him, Jaime jumps off and the suit finally activates to take him home. At the Reyes house, the militia surrounds the area and violently drags the family outside, knocking off a candle in the process. The family is rounded up at gunpoint, but Jaime arrives just in time to knock down a few soldiers and make them shoot him instead. Victoria wants to see the power of the suit and makes her men target the family, so Jaime activates his shield and stops all the bullets. Then he asks the AI for non-lethal weapons and starts taking down the soldiers while his family escapes. However, as they flee, Milagros falls, and Alberto stops to help her, causing a soldier to wound him severely and send him into cardiac arrest as he collapses. Jaime has Victoria and Ignacio right where he wants them, but before he can fire, he hears his father scream in pain and rushes to his side. This allows Ignacio and Victoria to electrocute and capture him, and as they drag Jaime away, The family watches Alberto die and the house burn down. In the morning, Nana tries to stay strong and tells her family that instead of crying, they must try to rescue Jaime. Jennifer appears and offers her help, feeling responsible for everything. She takes the family to the Blue Beetle's lair and reveals her father's modified aircraft called the Bug, which takes everyone flying at high speed. She also provides them with a bunch of gadgets to fight. Milagros picks a multifunctional glove, while Nana and Rocio go for long-range weapons. Then they plan their attack. At a fortress on Paco Island, Victoria connects Jaime to a machine to extract the Scarab's code and upload it into the OMAC armor's functional database, which will kill Jaime in the process. Ignacio and his armor are also connected to the machine, and he'll receive the code to become the first host of the OMAC Exo armor. The extraction process begins, and Jaime screams in unbearable pain. The neural overload nearly kills him, but instead puts him into a coma. There, he has a vision from the afterlife and is visited by Alberto, who assures him that his purpose in life is to take on the Blue Beetle mantle. When Jaime accepts the Scarab as his symbiotic protector, they finally finish syncing perfectly. Unfortunately, the code transfer still completes, and Ignacio obtains a more powerful and advanced version of the OMAC armor. Meanwhile, Rudy crashes the Bug into the fortress, causing the guards to open fire on them. However, the Bug is too tough to be damaged and keeps moving forward, swatting soldiers with its legs. Rudy finds a special button and presses it so the Bug releases a blue smoke that quickly puts the guards to sleep. Then Milagros and Jennifer enter the building and find a large set of OMAC suits being powered by the Scarab's energy. They destroy them using some explosive gadgets, but the resulting blast collapses part of the fortress and debris separates the duo. In the lab, Jaime finally wakes up but can't use the suit yet because it's still rebooting. At that moment, Jose finally breaks down from all of Victoria's racist and humiliating remarks, so he opens the door for Jaime to escape. Right after the door closes, Ignacio kills Jose and the lab explodes, but Victoria survives thanks to Ignacio's protection and leaves to capture Jennifer. As he runs to find his family, Jaime comes across a group of soldiers and thinks it's over, but to his surprise, Nana arrives to rescue him and defeats them all in seconds. They head to the Bug, and Jaime reunites with his mother, but realizing Milagros and Jennifer are missing, he decides to go back to save them. At the fortress, Milagros defends herself from the soldiers using her glove, which creates a giant fist but also a shield. Soon she's surrounded, but at that moment, Jaime appears, and his suit is finally ready for action. Thanks to perfect synchronization, he can now control the Scarab's armor flawlessly with just his command, making it easy to defeat them all in a matter of minutes. Suddenly, Jaime is thrown through the wall and saves himself with his wings when he sees Ignacio has arrived to fight. They battle in the sky with impressive control of their powers, but soon fall to the ground where they create all kinds of weapons and plasma bursts to attack each other. Meanwhile, Victoria takes Jennifer hostage and prepares to leave the island, but Jennifer uses her father's special rubber bomb to fill the helicopter with foam, causing it to crash. Jennifer and Victoria are the only survivors, and Jennifer destroys Victoria's device that stored the Scarab's data, so there will be no more attempts to revive the OMAC project. Back with Jaime, he begins to gain the upper hand in the fight by showing brilliant control over the power, allowing him to conjure weapons using his imagination. But soon, Ignacio manages to pin him down using his superior combat experience. Suddenly, Rudy throws rocks at Ignacio to distract him, making him fire at him. Rudy dodges, but Jaime doesn't want to lose another family member and becomes enraged. So he begins to beat Ignacio brutally. He's so desperate for revenge that he nearly kills Ignacio, but the AI stops him, reminding him of their no-kill policy. The AI also shows him Ignacio's memories, which it accessed during the procedure, revealing that Ignacio was a victim just like Jaime and his family. When Ignacio was a child, a bombing sent by Cord destroyed his home and killed his mother, all as part of the U.S. militaristic occupation in South America. Then Victoria kidnapped Ignacio to use him as a test subject for her project. Jaime decides to spare Ignacio's life, and this act of mercy triggers a revelation in Ignacio's mind. He now has the power to ignore Victoria's orders. Ignacio overloads himself and leaps onto Victoria, causing an explosion that kills them both and destroys the entire island. Rudy arrives just in time with the bug and manages to rescue Jaime and Jennifer. With the whole family reunited, they finally have a moment to mourn Alberto. Sometime later, Jennifer takes over Cord Industries and announces at a press conference that they will abandon all military projects forever. The Reyes return to their destroyed home, and while they wonder what to do, the entire neighborhood comes out to welcome and comfort them. Jennifer pays them a visit to let them know she wants a talented inventor like Rudy to work for Cord Industries, and that she'll also pay for the family's home. Jaime gathers the courage to ask Jennifer out, and as they kiss, the suit takes them flying. Meanwhile, in the Blue Beetle's lair, the computer turns on by itself and a voice recording from Jennifer's father reveals that he's still alive somewhere. Hope you enjoyed the video.